everyone, it's Jin here, your IELTS coach. Quick question. Do you ever feel stuck when trying to describe your city in English? If so, you're definitely not alone. But don't worry. Today, I'm going to show you how to talk about city life like a Band 8 speaker. So let's get started. First up, a bustling city. This means a city full of activity, noise, and people. For example, I live in a bustling city where there's always something going on.
Oh, so instead of saying, my city's busy, I can say, a bustling city?
Exactly, much more natural. Next, a vibrant city. This means full of life, colour and energy. For example, Bangkok is a vibrant city with amazing street food and nightlife.
Nice. I think my city's vibrant too, especially at night.
Perfect. Now let's talk about the feeling of the city. Vibrant atmosphere. This describes the mood or vibe. For example, the city has a vibrant atmosphere, especially during festivals. Now let's describe what you see on the streets. The streets are packed with people. This means the streets are very crowded. For example, every morning the streets are packed with people heading to work, school, or just going about their day.
That's literally my morning every day, squeezing into the bus with 100 other people.
I can imagine, even just walking through the city centre feels like a maze of people sometimes. Now here's another way to say it. The streets are teeming with people. Teeming is just a more advanced word for full of. For example, the streets are always teeming with people, especially downtown or near the markets.
So they mean the same thing?
Pretty much, yes. You can use either one to describe a crowded place, but if you want to sound more natural and flexible, it's great to know both. All right, now that we've described what the city looks and feels like, let's talk about what it actually offers. Things to do, places to go, and how people live. Trendy cafe, a stylish and popular coffee shop, for example. There's a trendy cafe near my apartment where I hang out with friends.
I love those cafes with plants and cosy lighting. They're all over my neighbourhood.
Exactly, trendy cafes are everywhere in big cities now. They're great for relaxing or studying. Cultural events, things like concerts, festivals, art shows. For example, the city hosts many cultural events that attract both locals and tourists.
Last weekend, I went to a cooking festival. It was amazing. There was so much delicious food to try.
Perfect example. Green spaces, parks or nature areas in the city, for example. I love spending time in green spaces to relax and escape the noise.
Yeah, I go jogging in the park near my house. It's my little escape.
Efficient public transport, buses, trains or subways that work well. For example, one thing I love is the efficient public transport. It makes commuting easier.
Yeah, I love how convenient it is. I can hop on a bus and be at my favourite cafe in under 20 minutes.
Everything is at my fingertips, or within arm's reach. Everything is close and easy to access. For example, living downtown means everything is at my fingertips. Shops, cafes, even the gym.
That's so true. I can walk to the supermarket, the cinema, even my dentist.
That's the beauty of city life. Everything is just a few steps away. So Lou, if I asked you what your city offers, what would you say?
I'd say, My city has a lot to offer: trendy cafes, cultural events, and efficient public transport. Plus, everything I need is at my fingertips.
That's a fantastic answer. All right, we've talked about what the city looks like and what it offers. Now let's talk about how it makes you feel. Fast-paced lifestyle. Life in the city moves quickly and can be stressful. For example, city life usually comes with a fast-paced lifestyle that can be exhausting.
Yeah, sometimes I feel like I'm always rushing.
Exactly, that's a common feeling in big cities, but it's also what makes them exciting. The traffic can be overwhelming. Too much traffic, stressful to deal with. For example, the traffic can be overwhelming during rush hour. It's the worst part of city life.
Ah, don't remind me. I once spent 45 minutes stuck in traffic just to go 3 kilometers.
Crave a bit of peace and quiet. Want to escape the noise and stress. For example, sometimes I crave a bit of peace and quiet, especially after a long day.
Totally, I love the city, but sometimes I just want to hear birds instead of honking cars.
So, Lou, how would you describe your feelings about city life?
I'd say I enjoy the energy and convenience of city life, but sometimes the fast-paced lifestyle and traffic can be overwhelming. That's when I really crave a bit of peace and quiet.
Beautifully said. All right, let's do a quick recap of what we learned today.
Yeah, we talked about how to describe a city using phrases like a bustling city and a vibrant city.
Next up, vibrant atmosphere. The streets are packed with people. The streets are teeming with people. Everything is at my fingertips, and everything is within arm's reach. These are great for describing lively places and convenience. And we covered what a city offers, like trendy cafes, cultural events, green spaces, and efficient public transport.
Plus, we learned how to express our feelings about city life with phrases like fast-paced lifestyle, the traffic can be overwhelming, or crave a bit of peace and quiet.
Exactly. These phrases will help you sound more natural and confident when you speak. Now it's your turn. Drop a comment below and answer this. How would you describe your city using today's vocabulary? I'll be checking the comments and giving feedback. Want to speak English with more confidence in your IELTS speaking test? That's exactly what we're here for. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you in our next lesson.